That's where our team is for our last day of live Hurricane Week coverage. You want to get out and meet the team? I think it's nice your night to do it.
Absolutely, Robert. We are live at Bonfire Taqueria right here in gorgeous Conway and right next to the popular Conway Riverwalk. Really nothing like walking down the Riverwalk or just exploring Conway and all that it has to offer. But I'll tell you, as beautiful as this city is, it was a completely different scene back in 2018.
In 2018, absolutely, with Hurricane Florence. In fact, the top three river crests here on the Waccamaw River have all happened since 1999 and have all come from hurricanes. 99 was Floyd. Everybody thought, ooh, we'll never see that again. Here comes 2016. We had Matthew, which obliterated the Floyd record. 2 years later, 2018, we had Florence, which obliterated the Matthew record by an astonishing 4.5 feet. And Florence is really the benchmark storm here for this area. As far as the numbers, they're just staggering across the Carolinas. We had those 9 fatalities here in South Carolina, 42 in North Carolina. 11,000 structures flooded in South Carolina, 455,000 people evacuated ahead of Florence, and 11 dam failures. Look at those structures that were flooded in North Carolina, 75,000. Of course, I-95 was closed, and those heartbreaking pictures that we saw. And the fact is, despite all the attention that the wind and the surge gets, it is inland flooding that is the #1 killer in tropical storms and hurricanes. And if you're unfamiliar with how bad it can get around here, if you haven't been here since 2018, well, this is Highway 9 and Colonial Charters as the Waccamaw reached its crest there. I took these pictures myself on a helicopter tour. This is Nichols, where people had to be pulled from their rooftops as the river crested following Hurricane Floyd. And again, from Nichols here into Conway, where we had 501 down to just 1 lane. We had the water getting perilously close to the courthouse here and the county buildings here in downtown Conway. Just an absolute disaster that went on for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Hearts always go out to them, don't they? And I'll tell you, one of the hardest hit areas from Florence, talking about the Rosewood area, if you remember this, the major flooding led the state's Office of Resilience to do a Hurricane Florence recovery program. Now, it's designed to help residents repair, to replace, to buy out, or even reconstruct their homes damaged during the 2018 storm. If you want to hear more stories about major storms like Florence, just go to WMBFnews.com. Visit the Stories from the Storm tab. That's on our Hurricane Center, and it is also a good resource to track the storms, learn your evacuation routes, and find emergency contacts as well. The Hurricane Center also a good way to plan what goes into your hurricane kit. Very important. Important items you may need in an emergency, those medications, flashlights, batteries, extra cash. Don't forget about important documents as well. To see that full list, you can click on the Before the Storm tab. And that's where you can find some of the helpful hurricane hacks as well. For example, it can be helpful to fill up your washing machine with ice ahead of time. Did you know this? You can use it as a cooler in case your fridge goes out. You can do the same thing with your bathtub, filling it with water ahead of time, so you can use it to wash those dishes. You can also drink that water if you need to.